Yes, people. Yes, people. Yes, people. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Who's going to win? Kwaku, go.
Uh, Tough one. I think that both teams are really evenly matched. Obviously, Liverpool kind of saw us off at the beginning of the season when they beat us 2-0, but I think it could have been a way more convincing than the scoreline suggests. This one's a lot tighter. I think it's more of a 50-50 game. Obviously, with the fans not being in Anfield, it kind of takes away that advantage that Liverpool normally hold against opposition. And we've seen Liverpool being beaten like multiple times at home this season, which has been a rarity. So I feel like I want to say that Chelsea have got a good chance of winning this game, but in my heart of hearts, I think it's going to be a fairly kind of boring affair, and it will end up being 1-1. So I'm going for a score draw, 1-1. What are you saying?
Well, neither team go into it on the best form, do they? Really? Well, I suppose Chelsea have had 2 draws on the spin, right?
No, so we beat Atletico 1-0 and we drew.
No, I mean in the league. Sorry.
In the league, yeah. So we drew Southampton 1-1, and then we drew Man United.
2 draws on the spin. Obviously, Liverpool got back to winning ways after a 4 losing streak. The one thing that I do know is that the game is win-win for both. Absolutely win-win. If Liverpool lose this game, and then Everton go above them and Aston Villa go above them in the next couple of games, then, you look at like Liverpool, for example, and Liverpool and Chelsea. I'm looking at the table now. You've got both on 26 games. Everton, Tottenham, and Aston Villa have all got a game in hand on them. And if Liverpool lose, all those teams are going to start, bridging the gap. Same with Chelsea, really. Yeah. It's such a condensed table, and I think, it's going to be it's win-win for both teams, 100%.
I feel like the jeopardy of this game has kind of been mitigated by the results yesterday, with Leicester dropping points against Burnley and Man United boring the nation with that game against Palace. The severity of like losing this game is not as big as it would have been if both those teams would have won. So I feel like if we end up drawing, we end up losing, it's not the be all and end all for the top 4 race. I still feel like both teams can come again. And teams are going to drop points between now and the end of the season just because that's how this league's been this season. So both teams would love to win this game. Obviously, if Chelsea win, we go into the top 4. If we draw, we still go into the top 4. And Liverpool win, they go into the top 4. So it is a big deal in terms of establishing that top 4 place. But I feel like it's not the be all and end all if any of the teams were to lose this game.
Oh yeah. See, I disagree. I just think at this bit, it's crunch time. We've got 12 games left in the season for both the teams. I think have to start asserting some dominance on the league to really bridge the gap. The only team that are really doing that are Man City. So yeah, I think teams really did, especially this is like an amazing opportunity. Because of those other results, you can actually bridge the gap towards Man United and Leicester. So I think it's win-win for both.
Do you think that the team that loses this game, though, can't finish in the top 4?
I wouldn't say can't, because, again, the reality of this season is that it's been completely tumultuous, isn't it? It's thrown up results that are just completely rogue. And I think you're only really in trouble when you lose 2 consecutive games. I just think that we're getting to the crunch time towards the end of the season now. We're getting into the final third, and well into the final third, I should say. And I think this is where the teams have to picking up some points because, Man United are dropping points, Leicester are dropping points, West Ham, although I don't think we'll finish top 4, we lost against City, we're dropping points. So when the teams around you are losing, that's the time to go out and start winning games so you can get yourself up into the table. I suppose as a Chelsea fan, though, one thing I want to know is I think Chelsea have a good chance, especially with the state of Liverpool squad at the moment. And with everything going on with Alisson at the moment, obviously condolences are out to him and his family. You don't know what headspace he's going to be going into the game. I do think Chelsea have a really good chance. How would you like to see Chelsea line up for the game?
So with Chelsea, I think the only kind of injury issues that we may have is Hudson-Odoi, who came off against United. Did he come for United like a half time with an injury? And Thiago Silva, who's coming back from injury as well. And I think Tammy Abraham might have a slight knock. But apart from that, we're at full strength. I'm not a big fan of playing 3 at the back, but that's the system that Tuchel's kind of implemented since he's come to Chelsea. So I'm assuming we're going to go 3 at the back as well, but probably with Reece James playing at wing back if Hudson-Odoi is injured. And I think the midfield will be the most interesting kind of aspect of the team, because Tuchel seems to have favoured Jorginho and Kovacic for the majority of games he's been in charge. But I do think in the game against Liverpool, although their midfield may be depleted because of injuries in other positions, I do feel like the legs of Kante will be invaluable in a game like this. So I'd like to see a midfield duo of Kante and Kovacic, just to give our midfield some legs and some progression as well. And then if the game needs it, then maybe bring Jorginho on later in the game. And then the front three, I feel like, again, it's take a pick. Pulisic last season against Liverpool, the crazy game towards the end of the season, came off the bench and was magic for Chelsea, scored a really, really good goal and created an assist as well. So I'd like to see Pulisic being given a chance to start. But it's take your pick with the Tuchel. He's kind of rotated the front three quite a lot. I think the only given is that Mason Mount will definitely start. And then the striker and the other winger is take your pick out of the lot. But I'm like I said, I'm in two minds, because this is a game that I should go into predicting Chelsea to win. This is probably our best opportunity to beat Liverpool in the league for a while. But in the back of my head, I've got 1-1 draw written all over it. So
1-1 draw, you reckon? Yeah.
Difficult. Yeah. What about you? What do you reckon the score prediction will be? What's your score prediction?
It's difficult to. I always find it hard to make predictions around Liverpool, because they're an animal, aren't they? Obviously they're depleted in squad, but they still have Salah and Mane that can pop up with moments of brilliance, and like they did for West Ham. I know you always say I talk about West Ham, but when we played them, Salah had a moment of brilliance, took the game away from us. So Chelsea haven't really been in the best reign of form, but then neither has Liverpool. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win, I think, because they're at home as well. And I think I don't know why. Gut feeling.
Yeah, will be interesting.
I would like a draw, because I feel like that's the best result for us. But my head's saying 2-1 to Liverpool for some reason.
Yeah, well, like, it was interesting that you referred to the West Ham and Liverpool game. I feel like the one thing that we will limit for Liverpool is the ability to get in behind us, especially with the back three. We've become very, very defensively solid. We don't really leave much space in behind. The only opposition player to score against us since Tuchel's been in charge, which is like 8 or 9 games, is Minamino. The other goal that we conceded was from a Rudiger own goal. So defensively, we've been really solid over the last 8-9 games. But it's just going forward, it's going to be the issue. I feel like the problem that West Ham had against Liverpool was getting caught on the counter-attack. So obviously you've referred to it before, but you played Liverpool on reputation, like you said, as opposed to playing Liverpool who were in that kind of form that they were in. But when you did try and attack, you saw the counter-attack, you saw the goal that Mo Salah scored, like that sweet ball across from Andy Robertson. I don't think we're going to give Liverpool those opportunities. We're not going to leave those spaces in behind, because the way Tuchel's got us set up, we are very resolute, and we kind of squeeze the life out of opponents. So it'll be interesting to see how Liverpool break us down, if they can break us down. But I think their goal might come from a set piece, and then our goal will come from probably like a deflection or something. We've not looked very good going forwards, but yeah, I'm hoping we win this game, but I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Nice one. And I'll go with the 2-1 Liverpool win. And we'll check in after the game, upload a video tomorrow for you guys. But anyway, thank you for watching. This is another short video from We Talk Football. Thank you.
Nice one, guys.